We're about to count down the 10 worst everyday foods according to science. And the number one isn't junk food, fast food, or candy. It's a food doctors warn about, researchers repeatedly link to chronic disease, and millions of people eat proudly every single day, believing it supports their health. That belief is exactly what makes it so dangerous. Once you understand what this food actually does inside the body, day after day, you may never look at your plate the same way again. Let's begin. Number 10. Flavored yogurts and sweetened dairy. Flavored yogurts and sweetened dairy products often appear to be a smart, balanced choice. They're cold, creamy, and marketed with words like probiotic, calcium-rich, protein-packed, and gut-friendly. Many people choose them specifically to eat healthier, especially at breakfast or as a snack. On the surface, they look harmless, sometimes even beneficial. But once you look beyond the branding, many flavored yogurts behave far more like dessert than health food. The issue isn't dairy itself. Plain yogurt can be a nutrient-dense food. The problem is how heavily these products are altered. Added sugars, fruit concentrates, syrups, artificial flavorings, and thickening agents dramatically increase their glycemic impact. Many single-serving cups contain as much sugar as a candy bar or soft drink. That sugar load triggers insulin release, promotes fat storage, and can drive hunger shortly after eating. Over time, daily consumption contributes to poor blood sugar regulation and appetite dysregulation, while the health halo convinces people they're making a good choice. Number 9. Refined breakfast pastries and packaged baked goods. Muffins, croissants, toaster pastries, breakfast bars, donuts, and packaged cakes are often treated as normal morning foods. They're convenient, widely available, and heavily marketed as quick energy. But metabolically, they behave exactly like dessert. These foods are built almost entirely from refined flour, industrial seed oils, and added sugars. Refining strips grains of fiber, vitamins, minerals, and natural fats, leaving behind starch that converts rapidly into glucose. The oils used are typically highly processed seed oils that oxidize under high baking temperatures, creating inflammatory byproducts. When sugar is added, often in multiple forms, you get sharp blood sugar spikes followed by rapid crashes. Those crashes increase hunger, cravings, and fatigue later in the day. Because these foods are eaten first thing in the morning, they set the metabolic tone for everything that follows. Starting the day with insulin spikes makes appetite control, energy stability, and mental focus harder to maintain, which is why they rank higher on this list than most people expect. Number 8. Protein bars and health, snack bars. Protein bars are marketed as fitness fuel, weight loss tools, and convenient meal replacements. They're often associated with discipline, control, and healthy living. In reality, many are simply candy bars with protein powder added. The protein itself is frequently highly processed, sourced from isolates rather than whole foods. The rest of the bar is typically filled with syrups, refined sugars, sugar alcohols, artificial flavors, stabilizers, and binding agents. While protein can slow digestion slightly, it does not neutralize the metabolic effects of refined sugars and ultra-processed ingredients. Many bars use multiple sweeteners in smaller amounts to avoid listing sugar as the first ingredient, creating the illusion of balance while still driving insulin release. What makes these especially problematic is the psychological effect. People eat them daily believing they're making a disciplined, healthy choice. That belief reinforces dependence on ultra-processed foods and delays the transition toward real, whole food nutrition. Number 7. Artificially sweetened beverages. Diet sodas and zero-calorie drinks don't contain sugar, but that doesn't make them metabolically harmless. Artificial sweeteners such as aspartame, sucralose, and acesulfame potassium stimulate sweet taste receptors without delivering calories, disrupting normal appetite, signaling, and insulin response. Research shows these compounds can alter gut bacteria, increase glucose intolerance, and sustain sugar cravings, even in the absence of calories. They also condition the brain to expect constant sweetness, making naturally sweet foods, like fruit, taste dull by comparison. While these drinks don't spike blood sugar the same way sugary beverages do, their long-term effects on metabolism, gut health, and appetite regulation earn them a firm place in the middle of the danger list. Number 6. Low-fat and fat-free packaged foods. When manufacturers remove fat, they don't remove calories, they replace them. Fat provides flavor, texture, and satiety. Once it's removed, sugar, refined starches, gums, emulsifiers, and artificial flavor systems are added to compensate. Low-fat dressings, spreads, yogurts, cheeses, and desserts often contain long ingredient lists that barely resemble food. These additives may not cause immediate symptoms, but over time, they increase inflammatory load, disrupt digestion, and interfere with nutrient absorption. The real issue isn't fat, it's processing. Foods that are naturally low in fat are fine. Foods that were once rich in fat and then chemically altered to remove it are a warning sign, which is why this category ranks higher than many expect. Number 5. Industrial seed oils. Seed oils such as soybean, corn, sunflower, safflower, and canola oil dominate modern food environments. They're used extensively in restaurants, packaged foods, and even home kitchens. These oils are extracted using high heat, pressure, and chemical solvents, then deodorized to mask oxidation. They're extremely high in omega-6 fatty acids, essential in small amounts, but inflammatory in excess. Modern diets often contain omega-6 to omega-3 ratios far beyond what the human body evolved to handle. Oxidized fats contribute to chronic inflammation, insulin resistance, oxidative stress, and cardiovascular strain. Because these oils are so widespread, their effects accumulate quietly over years, earning them a place in the top half of this list. Number 4. Margarine and hydrogenated spreads. Margarine was originally marketed as a heart-healthy alternative to butter, but it represents one of the most aggressive forms of food engineering. Liquid oils are chemically hydrogenated to make them solid, altering their molecular structure and creating trans fats. Even when labels claim zero trans fat, small amounts can still be present due to labeling loopholes. Trans fats disrupt cell membranes, impair cholesterol balance, increase LDL, lower HDL, and are strongly associated with cardiovascular disease. This is a substance that does not exist in nature and serves no biological purpose in the human body, pushing it closer to the most dangerous end of the list. Number 3. Fruit juice. Whole fruit contains fiber that slows sugar absorption and promotes fullness. Fruit juice removes that protection entirely. Drinking juice allows the sugar from multiple fruits to enter the bloodstream within minutes, triggering insulin spikes similar to soda. Fructose from juice is processed primarily by the liver, where excess amounts promote fat accumulation and increase the risk of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Juice also lacks chewing and satiety signals, making it easy to consume large quantities without feeling full. Because juice is perceived as natural and healthy, it's often consumed daily, especially by children, which is why it ranks this high on the list. Number 2. Sugary drinks and sweetened beverages. Sodas, sweet teas, energy drinks, flavored coffees, and sports drinks are essentially liquid sugar. They bypass normal satiety mechanisms and deliver large glucose loads without fullness. Regular consumption is strongly linked to obesity, type 2 diabetes, fatty liver disease, and cardiovascular risk. Because liquids digest so rapidly, the metabolic damage accumulates quickly, making this category one of the most dangerous staples in modern diets. Number 1. Refined grains and ultra-processed white flour products. White bread, refined pasta, crackers, cereals, and baked goods take the number 1 spot because they're eaten daily, often multiple times per day. Modern wheat is bred for yield, shelf life, and baking performance, not nutritional density. Refining removes fiber, vitamins, minerals, and beneficial compounds, leaving behind nearly pure starch. These foods spike blood sugar, drive insulin resistance, promote inflammation, and crowd out nutrient-dense options. Their danger isn't dramatic, it's gradual. They don't harm you overnight. They quietly erode metabolic health over decades while feeling completely normal. That's what makes them the most dangerous foods on this list. Awareness is the first step toward better choices. If this list surprised you, tell me which food you're rethinking first. What makes these foods truly dangerous isn't that they exist, it's that they've been normalized. They're cheap, convenient, heavily advertised, and engineered to feel familiar. Over time, familiarity removes urgency. When something doesn't hurt immediately, the brain labels it safe, even when science says otherwise. That's how slow damage works. It hides inside routine. If this breakdown helped you see everyday foods differently, tap like so more people hear it. And tell me in the comments which one shocked you the most, or which one you still struggle to give up.